Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Jane Gardner, and welcome to the Let's Go Live show. Today's topic is OBS Studio and layouts and branding. On today's show, I have decided to use this branding as a demo for what to do when you have broadcasting software and you want to be amazing. But first we'll go over the notes and the presentation, and this is one of my channels on Roku, Home Biz Startup TV, and I just did some recordings for it, and we'll talk later about how you can use broadcasting software to create your layout and branding and show you how amazing it can be. But for now, I'm going to go and get started with my presentation. Welcome! We are talking about OBS Studio and layout and brandings for OBS. I'm Jane Gardner. I work with my husband's structural engineering firm, and I have to get to work soon, so this will be a quick 15-minute presentation on branding. Now, I have 6 channels on Roku, well, 4 if they're still there, because Amazon Fire TV decided they didn't want us to have access anymore. But Roku loves new TV channels, and each of these channels are branded. Proviso, I am hosting Inspirational Businesswoman show, and she does amazing branding for her business. But for the other ones, those are my branding that I use for each recording and show. They're all different, and I can do it because I have a broadcasting software. So today we're going to be talking about overlays and branding in OBS, and why layouts and branding matter. Well, your visuals shape your first impressions. Clear layouts keep viewers focused on your message. Branding builds recognition and trust. And consistency makes you look professional, fast. One of the reasons that I'm doing this weekly show, sometimes I skip, because it's hard to be consistent. It gets you known in. So layouts, one main focus point per scene in OBS Studio. First is camera first versus screen first layouts. They are different, obviously, layouts. I usually use a camera first, but I do have a presentation. Obviously, this is a presentation in a scene. And of course, you use your margins and your spacing intentionally. And of course, you need to avoid overcrowding the screen. But sometimes it's great to have a lot of things in your screen, and I'll show you why later. Using overlays without overdoing it, you can use lower thirds for your name and title. To be honest, my lower third is on this presentation is for the channel and the website. I should put my name there. You can use simple frames or borders. It's basically a JPEG that is a certain size, because you want it to, when you stretch it for a 1920 by 1080 pixel screen, it's going to get larger. So you have to make it small enough so when you drag it across the screen, it will be the right size that you want. And you can have banners for CTAs or reminders. And of course, less motion equals more clarity. So don't do too much animation. And then branding essentials. You should stick to 1 or 2 brand colors. You should use the same fonts everywhere. You should match your overlays to your thumbnails and banners. And brand recognition beats fancy design because you become known for that brand. Common branding mistakes are too many colors or fonts, tiny text that's hard to read, busy backgrounds, and constantly changing your look. So I guess today when I changed my look, I made a mistake, but I didn't. I'm doing a training. So you basically want to always be the person who looks and has the same layout in order to do brand recognition. So for a simple OBS branding workflow, you want to choose a main layout. You could use the full screen of your scene, or you could divide it in two. So especially if you're doing interviews, so that there's one scene for the guest speaker and one scene for you. You can add a basic lower third. That's pretty easy. And then you create 1 or 2 reusable scenes, and you save and reuse every week. So yes, that's what we're going to talk about in a minute. We're going to show you how we go from no branding to branding in a few minutes. So we want to mention our Livestream software comparison guide at http://jane-gardner.com/LVGUIDE. It will compare all the software that we're using and training about over the next year, and the price and pros and cons. And if you want to get started to doing live streaming, you can get a notifications, checklist, and resources at jane-gardner.com/live and get the 7 steps to produce your first show. So let's go and do a demo here. So here we are. This is my HomeBiz Startup TV. Branding is a separate presentation from my branding for Let's Go Live show and software. And I've set this up basically. So let's, what's great about the broadcasting software is that you can lock items, or you can hide items. So right now we're going to hide everything to show you what we started with, and let's do that now. So basically you start with an empty screen scene when you open it up, and you want to add things to it to make it interesting and branded. Well, I have this is a video that I can get, which has sort of like a TV set. Now let's go, and you won't be able to see me change it, but we can go and change it so that all there is the very basic. So each scene can be have different parameters, and can talk about that further another time. But we want to change our green screen. So we want to say, where are we here? Always forget which one it is. Output, media. See, that one should be, you can even have masking and transitions, filters. I guess we have to, let me see what we're going to have to do. Oh yeah, sorry, I have to do that. So you have to do that within the camera. So hold on. So we go into our camera and turn off chroma key to none. Okay, and then say OK, and it's not deciding what to do. Hold on. Settings, mode, not background removal. Why do I always pick that one? Never mind. Sorry, this is, you don't like sound. So this is basically a video. It has stopped. You can make it so it's looping all the time, so your globe is always moving. Let's see. Oh, it's because I've turned off my camera, I think. Ah, there we go. So your green screen is in your camera, duh. And then you will turn the chroma key on. Then your screen will become part of, part of your scene. So as you can see, I have got my chair covered in the green, and also I have a very wrinkled chroma key curtain at the back. And what is so great about basically all this software is that it is quite powerful. So it will remove the green screen, and look, there's only a little shadow over there, over there where I am. So you also can, of course, decide how big you want yourself, depending on your software and where your camera is. Mine's quite close, as you can see. I need to bend down a little in order to be in it. I think I made it because I'm so close to my camera and I've got a messy studio. I've got to make it real tight. So you can do that. You can make yourself small enough so that you feel that, and you can move yourself around, of course, as you can see. Oh, this is my 90. I don't like my 90 on my camera because I have a very narrow. Oh, no, I don't. There you go. 65. It is 65. Well, anyway, we'll just move this over for now. So, as you can see, you can move yourself around, decide what size you want to be. You can turn on your branding. And where are we? Here we are. And as you can see, it's the full size of the scene. It's not in relation to what your size is. So, of course, you better make your size bigger. Oop. Got too close to the scene again. And then, of course, you can have your... Let's have our video moving. Let's change the settings so it's always on. That's always nice. Okay. And then it's not going to change until I change. So you have to go in and out of your presentation. There we go. And then this one has a green screen for a scene. So let's turn that on. So as you can see, I have certain colors, I have certain words, I have my name, I have the name of the show in a scene. Now I can go and add another scene. One of the great things about these scenes in all the broadcasting software is you can add as many items as you want into the scene, and it doesn't affect it too much in terms of your memory. So I've added the scene of my presentation. I captured that from the, from this presentation. And now I'm going to move it over and make it smaller so that it fits inside that TV screen. And what's great with that one, it doesn't quite fit, so we'll just leave it for now. What's great with that is that it is as live as it would be if you were doing the presentation on its own. So of course you can change the scene from the presentation, but of course it's kind of unreadable using that scene. So yeah, you can do quite a bit. This is just one scene that you would have, and of course you can add more. You can add a presentation in here. You can add another person. You can make the scene smaller so that you can add another scene. We won't do that and mess it up. So yeah, it's basically layouts and presentations and branding are all essential for doing with your broadcasting software. All these kinds of things you can barely do with some of the software, and standard with most of the software, because they want to compete with everyone for you to buy their software. So there we go. There's 15 minutes, and hopefully it's given you an idea on the kind of branding you can do. This scene at the back, it could be a video of something that is relevant to you. Let me change the scene again. I think I'm going to be a bit messy. Where are we here? Oh yeah, Rich. Yeah, no, this one should have yeah, it should have me in it as well. You can have an intro, of course, and you can have a call to action intro, and you can do presentations. I've done presentations before. Let's see, where's the 5 systems is here. And this one doesn't have me with on another scene, so we'll just leave it for now. So, yeah. It's very powerful having a broadcasting software to use. And I will be doing a class, and I will have a community on visibility setting up fairly soon. I haven't put a call to action for it yet. Let's put but you can go and sign up in my, let's make it bigger so you can see it, pretend it has an honest scene. You can go sign up at jane-gardner.com/live, get my book, and get started on